Welcome. So you're going to have to stay with me here, right? Because I'm going to try and get it all out. I've formulated it in my head. I've got no notes or anything, right? But it's about this energy. I've been trying to get a handle on on this energy, right? To explain it. It's so hard to ground it into this language, into our language. So what? It's a roller coaster, basically. That's what's going on, and cheers, Dilly, because I was talking. One of my followers, I was talking to her today, and she always triggers something. You know what I mean? In inside, um, for me to get some clarity somehow. It always happens with her. So thank you. Anyway, I was thinking what a roller coaster it was, and I mean, it wasn't just long ago. I was absolutely belly laughing with my sons. You know what I mean? And then I saw on TikTok here. I'll see if I can find it and put it down below. Oh God, please just stay with me, right? So I Uh, it said it said something to the effect of, if you only had 5 minutes, right, to live, who would be the person that you'd want to speak to say what you've got to say to? Do you know what I mean? And well, I immediately knew, but then it upset me. I got teared up. You know what I mean? So I went and told him. Do you know what I mean? But I do it often, but I don't think we do it enough, do we? You know, and and then I went from there to see this roller coaster, right? And it reminded me of years ago. I was only 17. And we'd gone to this, it was in Scarborough, the roller coaster, right? It was like a mad mouse. And my Uncle Frank was a big guy, right? And he said, I'll go on it with you. This is when I realised I'm never going to go on fairground things again. And we got in it, right? And as we set off, I thought, oh my God, no, no, he is massive. He's a big man, right? And and I thought, we're going to tip out, we're going to tip out. Well, the faster it got, the more crazy I became, right? To where I was screaming abuse, fat abuse at him and everything. You know, he was just taking it on the chin, didn't care less. Then he was laughing, which was infuriated me more. And I was calling him more foulness than I ever knew that I knew at that age. Do you know what I mean? Oh, well, we got off right. Honestly, I've never been so terrified in my life. It was rickety as well. It was, it wasn't like a good one. When we got off right, I I suddenly became aware of the foulness that's just happened to me in the pew terror, and I just went, "Sorry, Uncle Frank." He said, "Oh, it's all right, Cocker." But you see, what's been happening as well is, as I was looking for the pictures for this, because I know fine well that I've been a monkey. Just looking at the pictures, I know I've been a monkey. Right, you either know you've been one or you don't, and if you don't, there's no I can do for you. Right? So I'm looking, right, and this is where it's like the energy is so up and down, right? And I'm looking and I got connected, and then I see, as I'm getting the pictures, and the first picture I picked obviously was to show you he was a big man, very large. Do you know what I mean? Who can tip it over, right? And then I keep getting this come up, this one's like this, him saying that to me. Do you know what I mean? And I said, I'm not bothered, and he'd like, oh yeah, very funny, or you're in trouble come up first, and then and then me sister joins in. That's how Val, you know what I mean? Cheek of it. And this is like the communication, and it ties into another TikTok that I seen just the other day, maybe yesterday, I don't know, who knows time anymore, you know what I mean? It's just looping. And she what was it? See, I got this far without breaking it. It's very hard, this story. It's just the energy. So, Mother of the Year goes to. Anyway, I was ashamed walking out of that theme park. Right. the other day, it was saying that we don't talk to our guides enough. Like we don't, speak out loud. And I obviously agreed, but I do it more now than I ever did. You know what I mean? And now it's becoming more and more. You might find yourself doing that. If you don't, you're not on my timeline. That's simple as that. I know the majority of you listening to this now will understand it's parts of it, if not all of it. Do you know what I mean? And more, because you've all got your own way that you're doing it, and you know what I mean, and it's happening to you. But that is it. It's this. It's like this energy is in and out. It is up and down. It is. It. You know what I mean? It. It's just a bit like being on a fairground, and obviously, like when you come out of like, this a growth spurt, hibernation of everything being in confusion and stuff like that, hermit mode, right? Then you have to take time, especially when you've had a big shift, right? Or a big jump in timeline, whatever you want to call it. You've got to take time to balance, to get balanced again, because you're wobbly when you come out of that. Do you know what I mean? I'm wobbly. Yeah. And this is what it feels like. But most of yous now, you'll be connecting more and more, but definitely saying out loud. And it's like when I don't know if it's the same for you, but I can't watch things how I ever used to watch them before. I'm watching them in a totally different way. When you consciously say, okay, show me what you want, or you ask a question and you observe for it, things are going to jump out at you, and it will become, mine have been conversations for a long while in Japanese, but yeah. So a lot of us might be feeling wobbly. I know some of you will relate with me. So, and if you've come this far, just drop a heart so that I know that the people are actually listening all the way through. Do you know what I mean? Because no matter what I post, there's messages all the way through. Something I can say can mean something to somebody totally different. Do you know what I mean? Than the other person, because we're all getting messages in different ways. Well, I've been a monkey. A cheeky monkey. I'm wore out actually. I'm actually wore out. A lot of you, I don't know about the sleeping lark. Oh, that's a whole different. No, I'll have to do a whole different thing on that. This is why this whole posting is full of monkeys, because I called him a silverback, because that's where he is. He was massive. He used to bear hug you, and you couldn't breathe. Your ribs nearly broke. How Valerie was terrified of him. Oh, she's up there with him. He's had it.